She making her pick up the toenails.
You can talk to me.
A fucking woman boss? Never happened in the States. Never.
Our men kill each other. All my brothers, for example. They all got murdered. Or they go to prison. Rome has a war against us. But our men are in love to their mama, huh? So obeying a woman is not, comes natural, huh?
Well, I'll be dipped in shit. You go around like your father's nursemaid.
I am my father's nursemaid.
Well, if an old man carries the respect of the troops, you keep him around. I did something like that myself.
We're cousins. You hungry?
You know damn well I'm hungry.
I could eat. Can I ask you a question?
We're not gonna pay the price on the Mercedes.
Why do you save your toenail clippings?
Yeah.
Why? You want them? If your enemy comes into possession of your nail or your hair clippings, they can make the evil on you.
Well,
Oh.
I'm flattered that you would entrust me with your toenails, but can I pass without ruining the moment?
I already burned them. Nobody gets them.
Commendatori. Buongiorno.
Suckers. Can't find anybody over there that believes in the old ways. Keep it silent, putting the family first.
So you want neighbors, guys?
That way I get guys with no ties to anybody over there. They'll be loyal to me.
What do I get?
Well, you'll gain an obvious advantage to having your guys at that end.
How much you pay me for this man?
Pay you.
Yeah, she ain't playing.
Your profitability is gonna go way up.
What are you thinking?
For you to start.
Furio! Pooh! But you should have shame! Oh!
Back up. Take it easy.
I'm going to give you one of my best men, and all I get is a bunch of numbers in the air. Ma vera viva!
All due respect, hon. I think you're being a little short-sighted on me.
He's my cousin. He's one of my best men. Forget about it. It's not going to happen.
I'm asking you nice.
Or what?
I don't even think you understand. I want you to talk to your husband about this.
My husband? Fuck you. He's never coming back. So you have to fucking deal with me.
Up your ass.
Oh, just to go play, she wearing designer, famous Italian designers and shit. She said, "Puh."
Oh, you're up.
Where's my other belt?
Did you look under the bed?
Fuck yeah.
I just came from the doctor's office.
Yeah?
Oh, come on, man.
Biopsy came back negative.
Yeah, good.
Come on, man.
I'll be back later.
You want some coffee?
No, I'm good.
Pink
Come on,
it.
it's on the boil.
Pussy is wildin'. That boy out here paranoid, doing crazy shit. That will help to bring down everyone either way.
What's it like? Working for a woman.
What are you gonna do?
A woman boss.
In America, you don't have?
What?
Wait! Tony! Yeah, come down to eat.
Jesus Christ, is that all you people do? The lunch we had with Jim and Wood Chipper.
We need to finish our business.
I said all I'm gonna say. All right, I'm coming down.
Him turning down food. Fuck out of here. This man trying to show out.
So what is this place?
My father was born in this house. Later, we make the new one.
You're born here, and your kids are raised next door. It's a nice thing. You take good care of your father.
What are you going to do? Send him to a Spitz?
Send,
Vigilanza! You know, Mama, yeah? I'll take you back in the morning. Ale! Yeah.
Yeah, just take another sip.
Tonight.
But he said I have a good case, and we'll file on Tuesday.
So you're going to take Monday to think. That's good.
Monday's a Jewish holiday. I'm finished thinking. Hell, I thought myself into fucking non-existence.
Well, you are not non-existent, and Pussy doesn't see you that way.
Fuck what he sees. Not anymore, it's what I see. God gave me more years, Carmela. This very morning, God gave me a gift, and I will use that gift.
You know what the church says about divorce.
Oh, please. Let the Pope live with him.
Well, what about the kids?
They're 19, 21, and 24. It's time we all grew up.
Kevin is just starting his sophomore year of college. Aren't you worried he's going to realize the two of you stayed together just waiting for him to leave?
As long as he don't lose his privileges at our house down the shore, that's all that Kevin cares about.
We gonna talk about what Carmela's doing here.
Why are you working this hard, Carmela?
Exactly.
Why? For all of the reasons I just said. Because you are my friend.
Terry, they're not even sure she's going to be able to have children of her own. Sal began to cry when he heard that.
I would have no problem with Carmela doing this if I thought it came from some sincere ass place. It's sincere, but it's her looking at herself in the mirror.
My grandfather was Napolitan. Grandpapa mio. He went to America in 1910. Yep, I'm Napolitan. Me and Tony both. What part of Naples you from?
Ariano Irpino.
You're shitting me. That's where my grandfather's from. Me no. We come from the same town. Our families probably knew each other.
Shorty looked under her foot and started scratching dead skin flakes onto the bed. She like, I don't give a fuck what he talking about. I was trying to bounce earlier.
The Sibyl were very beautiful, in most cases.
Oh, yeah? Got a premonition for me?
You're no problem to read. You are your own worst enemy.
Tell you right now, you remind me of somebody from back home.
Not your wife. Your girlfriend?
Oh, I got one. To answer your question. Not her.
But she's someone you want to fuck. I can tell.
Everybody's their own worst enemy, so maybe your psychic power has been overrated a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You don't want to fuck her?
Okay, but you're right, though.
You don't want to fuck me?
Yeah, I do. But I don't shit where I eat. It's bad business. We're in business.
Ma vattene, va. Vattene.
You give me Furio.
She thought she had him.
And I'll walk down the price of the cars to 85. I get more guys. On my timetable.
75,000.
Okay. Where the fuck is Christopher? 4 days. He's a block away from the greatest shopping district in the world. Why the fuck did he think of it then? You know, fuck him. Leave him here. Go. Let's drive.
What's the matter, Tony?
Nothing.
Frustration.
I tell you, we do real good business-wise. Hello, I'm home.
Oh, she feel that sick feeling? First, let me start by saying don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all subscribe, make sure to hit the notification bell. Shout out to all the new viewers. Shout out to all the subscribers. And I have a Patreon with full-length early reactions to things like this. If you'd like to, check it out. I'm enjoying all these episodes, each for its own reason. This one was dope because it was like they were exploring multiple things all at once, all under the backdrop of this gangster shit, of course. So they go over there, they doing business. Now, early on, you see a scene which I actually like. Two black dudes, they rob this family for their car. And dude calls him the N-word. And the girl shrieks like, what the fuck, daddy? You's a scumbag, racist. And then, piece of shit, daddy. And she's like, ooh. I can't say that. But and then the wife was like, how could you, he's like, who else would do it? And then it cuts to Tony and he's going through pictures of cars, right? And that's so interesting because, as I said, to see how resources are transferred and transformed from place of origin to where it ends up ultimately, right? And so to see these guys who, as I said, they deem super low class. They rob a family. It's a family vehicle, dog's car, dog in the car, all that shit. And it's going to go over to some other people, and they're going to be stunting in it and looking fly and shit. And that's like crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that they couldn't imagine it, is what I'm saying, but it's something they probably don't even too much put any thought into. It's just, okay, we getting them cars and we gonna pay you for it, right? And it's the same thing with us with anything, right? When you learn how silicone in all of our electronic devices, where that comes from. Think about that. When you learn about diamond mines, gold mining, and all sorts of random shit, right? Like when people have these pets that are wild animals, you feel me? It's done by people who are like so far removed from you. It's another world. And that's just interesting to see that done in the criminal world. And the way they did it was real simple and it conveyed it. As I said, it's funny because American exceptionalism sort of, it bleeds into everything, right? So I'm looking at them, and you would think in their mind they think they got this gangster shit sold up, right? Like we mobsters, we gangsters. You see him? We would never do that over here. We let a woman run it. We'd never do that. Right? But all them motherfuckers fully about business to the point ain't one of her brothers alive, not dead or in prison. So she got to run it. Right? And that just shows you how it is over here. That never happens over here where the entire family's wiped out and the woman takes over, because as gangsta as they are, they not putting in work like that. They not just wiping out full towns and shit like that, right? Like it's been sort of canonized, and as they were trying to watch The Godfather in the beginning, it's been shown as this sort of thing. But in another part of the world, they get it in. They slapping kids for playing with firecrackers. They punched the mom in the... I don't want to laugh at that. They punched the mother in her face for coming to save her son. And the little boy was like, please, I want to be one of y'all. It was like, this how you do it? A slap. And then my man says Naples University, because Tony is looking horrified. And Paulie, you feel me, is because of what they deem as being this sort of gangster shit. But what it is it was formed over here almost as a fresh start and with certain ideals in order to be what they were. And the whole thinking was, we're protection for the community. So initially they were just, getting money from people to protect them, whether they needed the protection or not. And so they created all this stuff. Well, family is off limits, kids is off limits. But that it's not like that in other places around the world. And to see they're Americanized, and I'm using the term American, right? Like not as the sort of the caricature, right? So I'm not saying it like South America or Central America doesn't exist, but I'm saying it as, as people see Americans when they say American. Like when I'm watching Peaky Blinders and they're saying Americans over there, right? And that, when they saw it with those eyes of somebody from over here, they were looking horrified as if they not gangsters themselves. And that was fascinating, right? Then you have how I want to do this. So you got Pussy, and he's talking to that dude still. And I mean, he's spilling his guts, but they go to a party place and he sees a guy who is an Elvis impersonator. And he ends up taking him out because he's so worried. Man can't sleep. He can't eat. He's just worried. But even doing that might bring shit back down on them, right? And so we're going to see more of that because he's in these two worlds and it's going to drive him crazy to the point where it's ruining his marriage. And let's get into that. So kids are out of the house, right? Either y'all going to fall further apart or y'all going to come closer together. Or y'all just have already set boundaries in line and you do you, I do me. Then we'll come together at certain points. We go on vacation or something. We eat or something, but we each have our own things. With them, it's always been about the kids. They've let that be known. How everyone talks about how good they raised his kids. That's come up multiple times. How Pussy and his wife have raised them kids. And so now that the children are gone and they're in college, what's interesting is that he has to deal with the gangster shit. And normally it would be about the kids have left. But that's not what this is. It's the gangster shit. But for her, she's completely alone because now she don't have nothing to worry about, really. And so she's just sitting there alone. So when he arrives and shows back up, she would like for him to at least show some attention. And so when he arrived, and she said she felt sick. She spent all that time worried about him and all that. Worried about him. Worried. And then he shows back up and she's like, ugh, I don't want to be around this motherfucker. Now, motherfucker could feel about a way about how they feel about that. Like, yo, he provided all this for you and all that, blah, blah, blah. But we know how they get down. We know how they give it up. And their relationship, interestingly enough, the leaving and shit, yeah, that's real fucked up. Real fucked up. And it's the gangster shit that's affecting it. But from her point of view, that's not, it's attention and, her needs as just a human. as far as communicating within the family unit. And so when most of the family unit is gone and she's losing that, of course she's mentally is fucking with her. And I'm talking about Pussy's wife. And so when she has that disease, she's at the least thinking, okay, this will probably bring it together. And my man didn't even care. And so even still, she tells him, okay, it's benign. My man didn't care. And so he came back with flowers and she hit him with it. And of course, now let's get into Carmela with this. When I said Carmela was looking in the mirror, it was clear as day. All the feelings that she was having, Carmela's having, and she's been having that. And she was like right in the midst of having that because Tony was going off of business and all that. Like she knew where Tony was going and she had a problem with it. And so it's interesting to see that Carmela, she, Tony's sister Retta, it was like, she was taking little shots there. She knew damn well she was talking about Carmela too. And Carmela was sitting there like, yo, you talking about me? She like, nah, I'm not talking about you. And she like, well, I mean, you going with that scumbag Richie if you really want to talk crazy. Like she turned up. Right? Like once she gets to tapping the nails on the table, you know what time it is. Once that happens, you know what time it is, right? And so when she goes over and talks to her, as I said, when she goes and talks to Pussy's wife, I'm like, if this was coming from a place where I thought it was sincere, a sincere way of her trying to help the situation, instead of a sincere way of trying to keep together something that she's questioning herself in order to validate her own situation, I would be fine with it, right? But that, you know what I mean? But that's not what it was. She was it was her looking at herself in the mirror. Nah, this got to stay together. You feel me? And so Carmela, she got her own issues too. Okay. Now over in Naples, Paul, he's fucking funny. He was happy to be there. Really was ready to do his thing. Okay. And having fun and all that. But of course, you go over there and some things are different. And as I said, the whole caricature of the American, oh, that toilet is beneath me. This food is beneath me. I don't like it. So them, they mock it like we thought the Germans were classless pieces of shit. Them, they are like specifically Paulie, trying to find a connection to their motherland. And at certain points he wasn't finding it. And then you see him, he's sitting there and he's trying to like breathe in it. Like he's just sitting around trying to take it in. And it's just, what was it? Commendatori? That was the name of the episode. And he's trying to, the dude's like, oh, they not even paying attention. Like they still talking. And so he's talking to a hoe and she don't give a fuck. She was about to leave and my man was like, I didn't say you can bounce yet. And it ends with her scratching her foot. He's like, oh, okay. My man spilled his guts about his family and all that. She ain't trying to hear that, bro. All right. Then you got Tony. What's interesting is we know, I can't remember specifically what the chick who he had the daydreams about looked like. But it looks something close to the Don's daughter, right? And so it's funny that when we see her, first off, she step in the room, it's like, you see how she dressing. She got on watch with a bangle on. She got a gold watch, gold bangles with diamonds on each arm, necklace, earring. You know what I mean? Hair done every day. She getting her nails done poolside. You feel me? So she's on that type of time. And that's one thing for Tony. But if it's like I see her, yo, she bad or something like that. But when it's presented to him that, no, she's running things. She's like, I got this. He's like, what? He can't even fathom that being run by one. He can't even fathom that. And when she tells it to him, he's like, he still couldn't. So when he talks to old dude, he's like, what do you want us to do? Like, hey, okay, she's running it. And he thought, okay, she don't got the will to And she was trying to get him. She did the whole, reading them, brought up somebody else. Oh, did you want to fuck her? And then she says what she says, and he's like, I don't shit where I eat. Like, her whole character was dope because it was she knew what she was doing. And so Tony could not fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, so when he saw what she was doing, and like, she couldn't get one over on him because he's a good businessman himself, right? Like, what she was hoping to do was, wrap him around her fingers so that way she could get the business swing her way. She's like, no. But basically, they got it down to $75 for the cars. He gets her closest guy, her cousin, I believe it was, her best guy, and he can start bringing in more numbers. And that seems so dangerous to me and kind of short-sighted. I don't know where this is going to go in the future, but I'm like, as we saw, these people who from over in Naples, those mobsters are different. They work in a different way. And if they see any sort of weakness, I feel like they would try to take it over. So it's one thing if you bring one over. Okay, cool. Because I want him to like start cracking a whip and keeping motherfuckers in line. But if you bringing a group of them over, that's something different. Now we got a community of folks who don't just think they better than you. In their minds, they know they're better than you. So at some point, will they try to take over? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, man. Of course, I just like what this show is, man. It's enjoyable to me. I have fun. Same as with it was with Peaky Blinders at the height of Peaky Blinders for me. And the same with Better Call Saul. I'm really enjoying this. She said, "Oh." Next episode.